Welcome to the very first class of Python programming. Let's wait for a few minutes so that all our other students can join. So that all of you can join easily. Welcome to the very third class of my Python programming. Python programming is a programming course, and in this programming course we will learn about how to create programs in Python programming. First we will learn the syntax and then we will do assignments. So we will follow this book, A Smarter Way to Learn Python, and we will use the variables for strings. Today we will discuss about variables. In the previous class, what we have discussed, I am waiting for 1 or 2 minutes for all of our students to join, so I am waiting for them. Let me share the link of today's live class on the group and on the WhatsApp so that all of you can join. Please join. So everyone, hello everyone, how are you? I hope that you all would be fine. And today's will be the third class of Python programming, and we will follow this book, A Smarter Way to Learn Python. And this series of books contains many books. Also it contains A Smarter Way to Learn JavaScript, but today we will start this book, and you have to read its chapters. We will discuss them in detail. And yesterday's class we have discussed about print, and I have given you an assignment in which you all had to submit the print statement, and you had to share the screenshots and the link of your Google Drive in which you have added that file of your screenshot. So I have not checked your assignments. I think so that all of you have not submitted yet, so I am again giving you time to submit the assignment till Sunday. And today we are going to learn about variables, and I have to tell the newcomers that if you are new to this class and you have not subscribed to our channel, then please subscribe to our channel and join our Facebook group. And if you have any difficulty, you can ask questions about different things you are not aware of. If you are newbie in programming, if you are a beginner in programming. So yesterday we had installed the Python interpreter and the Anaconda Jupyter. So we will start today the Anaconda Jupyter notebook, and I'm going to start Anaconda Navigator. So I hope you all have installed it correctly, and you all would not have any difficulty in starting this. So I am going to open this Anaconda Navigator, and this Anaconda Navigator is now going to open, and you will see that in the background it may take a few seconds or up to 1 or 2 minutes to start. So once it will start, we will start today's coding. Meanwhile, we will also read the book and discuss about it. So the first chapter of this book is print, and yesterday we have discussed about the print statement. And suppose you want to display some words on the screen, and any number or words you want to display on the screen, it can be done through writing the print statement, print, and then you write this syntax like this. So print is a keyword. It is a word that has special meaning for Python. So a keyword, it is a word that has special meaning for Python. It is a keyword, so you cannot use a keyword as a variable. What are the variables? We will discuss it later. So so when we say our computer to print something, we ask that display what's inside the parenthesis. In these parentheses, what it is inside these parentheses, it shows us on the screen. So this and this the statement inside this double quotations, right sided and left sided, the words or the strings which are here will be shown on the screen. So we had already practiced it, and we will start from the print statement again to let you remind. Okay, you can see here that Anaconda Navigator is now here opened, and we are going to launch our Jupyter notebook. So our Jupyter notebook is loading, and it will open in a new browser. You can see here that it is going to open. So it will open in a new window of your browser, mostly in my Internet Explorer or Edge. So you will see this screen, and you have to click on new and click on Python 3. So I will create a new workbook. This is opened. Yeah, if you follow along with me side by side, then it will increase your productivity, and you will better understand what your teacher tried to make you understand. Enter a new notebook name. So class number Number 3, Python variables. So this Anaconda notebook is now created, and we have to start working on it. So we are practicing the first page, the first chapter of the print statement. So this is the method of the print statement. First we will write print, then open open brackets, and then double quotes. Then we will write our word which we want to show, and we will also write again the double quotes, and then the closing brackets. So I am going to write this again: print bracket, double quotations, hello world. So in any programming language, your first step is that you print hello world statement. Whether you learn C, C++, C#, or Python or JavaScript, any language you learn, the first statement will be, mostly programmers teach and practice by hello world as their first sentence. So in English you can say it is a sentence, and I'm asking your computer and Python interpreter to print this statement hello world. So you can understand that how it is closer to our human language. Python is so easy. So I'm running it. You can see here that hello world is now printed. So we have practiced the print hello world, and now we are going to chapter number 2. We will discuss about variables. So variables is an interesting topic to learn. And what are variables? So let us discuss what is variable. Do you have any idea? If you have, then please comments. Do you have any idea about what variables are? Then pass comments if you are listening to me. What are variables? So if you don't have any idea, no problem. Variables are containers, like space in your memory, in the memory of your computer, and it takes some space in the memory of a computer. So a variable contain value. So a variable contain value, and that may be any value. Maybe it may be a number, and it may be a string, it may be date or time, anything which this language Python supports. So a variable is a place in a computer memory, and you can see that our computer only able to read and write the zeros and ones, as we have discussed in the first programming lessons. So I hope that you better understand now. And what are variables? Why you use variables? Variables are used to memorize the values. You cannot, for example, if I ask you to memorize 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 0 4 7 7 8 6 6 6, it is difficult to memorize these numbers or strings. For example, someone's name is Shiba Kapadu, and this is the name of a student, for example, and then and this student has top marks. So how will I understand this student's name? So I will create a variable in the by the name of student name, and I will pass its value to abacadabra or something else. So we will practice this, how to create a variable, and what kind of values we can put it in a variable. So firstly we will learn about the declaration of a variable. How can we declare a variable? I hope that you have understand about the variable concept and what is variable. So a variable is a place in a computer memory, and that is used to store value. In Python, there is no keyword in Python for declaration of a variable. So we don't use var, as we use in JavaScript. In Python we don't use var to create a new variable. So what exactly do we use to create a variable? We start with the variable name. So we will for example, I am creating a new variable as my name. As you can see that I am calling my name. This is the calling of variable. But this is not allowed. I can't call a variable unless I created it or declared a variable. So this is called variable declaration. My underscore name is equals to Arsalan. You can see here that it is now declared. This variable is now declared. The variable name is my underscore name and its value is Arsalan. You can see over here that how a variable is declared. So it does not necessarily means that you have to include only this strings or alphabets. You can also insert numbers or any kind of symbols as a values in your variables. So you can say that first number equals to 10. So I am creating this variable and assigning its value, declaring a variable and assigning its value. Both are in the same lines, in the same statement. So you can see over here that the first number equals to 10. So first, I am again typing it, first number is equals to 10. Why it is not running? I don't think so. You can see over here that, and suppose if I want if I have declared a variable, as you can see over here that I have declared that my underscore name equals to Arsalan. Now I have to call this variable. I want what is written inside this variable, which value is given. Suppose I have many thousands or hundreds of variables and I want to call a variable and I don't know what value is given to that specific variable. How will I see the value of that variable? Then I will see that value by calling this variable as name, my underscore name. And this will show I just wrote the variable name. This is the variable name, my underscore name. So I wrote this variable name and the name. You can see over here that this value is now given over here, is now shown, because that this variable is now called. In the previous this variable was declared and here it is called. So you can see over the result there that it is showing the Arsalan. Now we learn about how to create a variable and how to declare a number. For example, first is equals to 10, and now I will call first you can see over here that in this row number 7 I created a variable named first and assigned it to the value 10, and in the next row number 8 I called the first variable and it showed me its answer 10. So in this way we create a variable and we assign a value to a variable. So this is called calling of a variable. When we assign a value, after to assign a value we use equal sign, and once a variable is declared it can be changed. So how to name the variables, and there are some rules in every language which tells you about how to create a variable, and which tells you about some coding conventions which you have to follow while naming a variable. So we will learn here the rules for naming variables. What are legal variables and what are illegal variables? A variable must follow some rules and regulations. Its name should be declared according to these rules and regulations. So you can see over here that in the chapter number 5 we have already learned rules about naming a variable. So please remember these rules. You can't enclose a variable in quotation marks. You can't enclose it in quotation marks. We can't enclose it in quotation marks. And secondly, that you can't have any spaces in it. We will try doing these, that whether it is showing me an error when I create a variable by disobeying this the legality of a variable name, whether it is working or not. So we will also try this. You can't have any spaces in it. A variable name can't have any spaces. You can see over here that a variable name can't have any spaces in it, and it can't be of any of Python's reserved words, also known as keywords. For example, I can't create a variable with the name print. So I can't create a variable name print. So we are practicing this, and a variable name can contain only lowercase letters, uppercase letters, numbers and underscores. So it can contain lowercase as well as uppercase and numbers and underscores. No other sign can be, no other special character or sign can be included in the variable name. So and in the next rule, a variable name can't be any of Python's keywords. It can contain any of those keywords. So, and the next rule is that we can use variables with capital name as well as small alphabets, capital alphabets as well as small alphabets, but these are case sensitive. Variable names are case sensitive. A rose with a lowercase r is not a rose with a uppercase r. Example, if you assign the variable floribandas with F capital to the variable rose and then ask Python for the value to this rose, capital rose with the R capital, then you will come up empty. So we will try practicing these variables, creating these variables and assigning their values to check the effect of whether they are working and whether they are legal names or not. So this is all about a variable name, and it is recommended to make the variable names are descriptive, neither too long, but they should be descriptive, nor too small, nor too short, neither too long, and they should be descriptive. And you can create a multi-word variables, and it should be used with underscores between each of these words. So in this way you can create variables. Now we will practice these variables, and variable names. I think so that we have to practice this. First underscore number equals to 10. Run. Second underscore number equals to 20. Now sum, I am creating a new variable named sum, and I will add the result of these two variables in this third variable. So you can see over here how it is done, and I will assign its value equals to first underscore number plus second underscore number. You can see over it, and now you can now I am calling this sum, and it will show me sum. You can see over there in the row number 9. I created a first variable named first number and assigned its value to 10, and in the next row I created a new variable second number and assigned it to 10, and after that I created a third variable, and in this third variable I will added the result of these two variables. I added these two variables. So as I am adding these two variables, so the value which will be in between, which will be assigned to these two variables, will be added, and in this way the sum of these two numbers are shown. 10 plus 20 equals to 30. So you can see over here that these two variables are now shown, and the sum of these two variables is now shown here easily. In this way you can do mathematical operations, and we will have to do lots of mathematical operations in Python, and I hope that you will enjoy it. If you are interested in mathematics too, you should not be so genius that you should have mathematical skills at a very large scale, or whether you are getting good marks in mathematics. It does not matter, but you can also do this if you practice. And now you can see that I created first number equals to 10, second number equals to 20, and after that I created in the row number 10 I created a third variable sum, and in that third variable I added these two variables, and so that this and again declaring the value to a variable, assigning a value to a variable is not enough. Once you assign the value, you have to call it to see what operation it does. So you can see over here that I assigned the variable these two variables, but I again assigned it. I have to see the result of this statement, this complete statement. So I called this variable sum, and now I can see the answer of this new variable. Okay, so again I will create a new variable, and it will be called divide. And in this divide variable I will divide the first number, the second number with this first number, second underscore number divide. This is the symbol of divide, divided by first underscore number. So you can see over here that but this is showing error. Why? You know that why it is showing an error? Because second number, if you call a wrong name to a variable, the wrong name of a variable, Python is very efficient, it is very interactive, and it will show you the error just right now. So you will have to tackle with multiple of errors, and you will find bugs in your programs. Once you will start writing your first code, there will be lots of errors, and till you will complete your practice. And the finding of an error is also a skill, and programmers have to find bugs and find their solutions on daily basis. So you will become friendly to these errors, and you will like these errors sometimes. Divide equals to, and I created this variable, and I assigned this value to second number divided by the first number. So the value in the second number variable, that is 20, divided by the value in the first number, and the result of this will be assigned to divide variable. So you can see over here that now I'm running this statement, it is showing that invalid syntax. You can see over there that I have done one more mistake. Which mistake I have done? I have done this mistake. I have an extra space. So Python is actually blind. So whether you are speaking that this is first number, you understand, Python is blind. It does not understand the meaning of a variable. It does not understand the meaning of a value. Neither it is understand the meaning of a variable. It only understands that you have given him it a store. You have given him a container, and there is something in that container, and the container is a variable, and that the thing which is in the variable or the container is its value. So Python is blind to the meaning. It does not understand what you say. Whether you can change this to you can create a variable with full name, full number. You can also create with the full number, second number, and instead of second number you can also create a variable with stupid number. So Python is because it is so stupid, and its stupidity is its beauty, that it does not understand the actual meaning what you say. It only does the operations according to the rules and the syntax. You talk to him, and you talk to Python, and it replies to your given answers. So you can see over here that I am showing the result of this run. So you can see over here that this statement now not showing any error. So both of these two errors are now cleared. So I would like to see the result. So there are two methods to show the result. Firstly, I can write print method, and in this I would like to show this divide. This is the first method. The second method is that I will not use this print method, and I will just write divide. You can see over there the result of both are the same. So Python does not differentiate whichever both of any of these two methods of showing the output to the screen. So there are these two methods you can easily show on a screen with Python. And so in today's class, what we have learned so far, we have discussed about print statements and we created a variable, and we have also discussed about keywords and variable names, and I request you to read the variable naming conventions in the chapter number, yes, in the chapter number 5. So next assignment will be from chapter number 5, variable names, legal and illegal. So I will create assignment from especially from this chapter, but all these from second, third and fourth up to fifth chapter I will create an assignment for all of you, and you have to practice it at home. So now we have discussed about variable, how to create a variable, how to assign a value to a variable. Now and also we have done some operation with the variable, created a variable and assign it to another variable as well as values. So we have done the addition method and the division. Now we will use the subtraction, how to subtract values from each other. So I would like to again call this and use the variables first and second number and create a new variable called subtract. So I will create a new variable called subtract equals to first underscore number divided by first number minus second number. You can see it. Subtract equals to first underscore number minus second underscore number. So the first number and second numbers are defined in the previous rows, so I don't have to define them now. First number is this, second number is this. So now I am creating a new variable, and it will show me the result, first number minus second number, and I am going to run it. So why it didn't show me the result? Because I did not call it. Now I have to call it to see its result. So I will print this variable. Sorry, I'll print this variable as what it is. So some people are asking about attendance. I know that you are eager to mark your attendance, but because it is the third class and only 4 students are now attending this class, I don't know why all of you don't take live classes. Either you are not interested, or either you are have some busy schedule, but you don't understand that these classes are free and not charged, not any money is charged. And if you find any course of the programming language of Python for free, you can see that they are charging thousands of rupees and hundreds of dollars from you. So this is an opportunity for you, and then I'm not charging any rupees. So try to take the class live. So if I will take attendance in only 4 students, what will be it mean? What it matters? Whether it matters that if I take attendance for only 4 students live, are all of you not interested into taking my lectures? I think so that if when maximum of you 100 plus students, I want 100 all of my students to take live classes. In this way I will continue the next classes and will teach you from further. And I think so that there is no meaning to take today's attendance, and these three students have said past their comments, but I am unable to reply because I have to teach you. Yes, because only 4 students are now live, and why I don't know why, whether you are not interested in taking live classes, and if you have not joined this course, you are not interested, I think so that you are wasting your time. If you are interested, you want to do something in your career, you want to make your career, so why are you not taking this course at live? And only a few students I have noticed that they are watching live videos. Most of you are downloading the videos from the YouTube, and after that you watch this video, so it does not create interest, and this course will not be interactive if you do this type of activities. So I want to make this course interactive and make you enjoy, so that you can learn with fun and excitement, and you will take more effort, you will put more effort. So I have created this is statement, subtract, and this variable is created, subtract equals to first number minus second number. So I am printing this sub statement. What kind of hell is this? What I have done mistake? Can any one of you trace this mistake what I have done? I think so that I have to tell you, because I did not call the correct name, full name of this variable, so that's why this is calling me this error. This is showing me this error, name error. There are a few types of error in Python, and which we will discuss in a certain class, and just understand now that an error is when you oppose some of the rules of Python syntax. For example, if you are using a language, and if you are using a language and you unable to speak in that language, will the person you are speaking to will be able to understand what you are trying to convey to him? If he is unable to understand, then your message will be conveyed wrongly or will not be conveyed to him. In that way, similarly, the Python interpreter, because it interprets, it is an interpreter language. Python is an interpreter language. It runs your code line by line. So if it is unable to understand what you are asking about, then it will show you an error. So from the type of the error, we will understand what it is trying to convey, that how can we solve this error. So it is here that, for example, what I have written here, I wrote only sub, and the correct name was subtract. So Python is showing me this error that sub is not defined. If I call only sub here, then Python will show error, because Python is blind to the meaning. It is not a human being, and you have to call its full name. You can't say that sub, but subtract. Sub and subtract are not the same in Python. So Python is blind, and you have to call its full name if you want to show the result of the result in print. So I will again run to see the result, and you can see over here that what Python has done. Python subtracted for second number from first number. So the second number was 20, the first number was 10. If first number was 20 and second number was 10. First number 10, second number 20. So 10 minus 20 equals to minus 10. So Python has done this very politely, and you can see over here that we have practiced now the addition function of the addition operation in Python, the subdivision, the subtraction. Now we will do the multiplication, how to multiply two numbers. So I will multiply the numbers by creating a variable name. Multiply equals to first underscore number multiply by second underscore number. So whatever value is which will be written, which will be assigned to first number and second number, will be multiplied to each other, and the result of the both values multiplication will be assigned to this variable. So I will show you the result. You can see over here that because I have to call this variable, yes, you are right, I have to call it. So I'm calling now it multiply, print multiply, and this is what we have done, multiplication. We have done multiplication, and we have printed the result of this variable, and it is 200. 20 tens are 200. 20 multiplied by 10 equals 10 multiplied by 20 equals to 200. So it showed us correct results. So as you have seen that we have now used the addition operation, the division operation, the subtraction operation, and the multiplication operation. So these four operations we have done now. I think so that today's class will be sufficient for you till now, and now we will move to the book. We will move to our book. So read this book in yourself, so that we can practice more in the class, and each one of you should tell in the group that how many chapters of this book have you read, show in the group, and I will give you an assignment for the first 5 chapters of this book. So we have discussed it over here, but what we have not discussed about the strings, and it's in the string, about the strings we have to discuss, but today we will not discuss about it. So all you have to practice it yourself. You can ask if you are finding any, if you are having any difficulty. I will be ready to help you, and it is very easy. Just you have to focus on how to create a variable, because your next assignment or quiz will be from these 5 chapters, and Python today's class is about variables. So I hope that you all would have really enjoyed today's class and would have learned so much about it, how to create a variable in Python and Python variables, and this is now rename. I am remaining this Jupyter notebook. And yesterday in the previous class I have told you that we will discuss about and we will see the features of this notebook. So let us discuss the features of this notebooks shortly, not very detailed. So see over here that if you want to create a new workbook, we will see these menus, and we will have a tour of these menus. So in the balance of the class time, today we will discuss about these tabs of Jupyter notebook. So it is interesting, and because today's class is not so much theoretical, it is theoretical as well as practical class. You can see over here that, so you can see that I can create a checkpoint from here, and class is now not closed. You can see that it is not now closed. To open a new workbook, you can go to here and it will show you the name of this workbook, and you can go to any location and open. Now to save a copy of a workbook, you have to you can do this and write a relative path to notebook directory. And if you want to download a desktop copy of this workbook in these or any of these formats, you can download it whether in PDF form, whether in notebook. And mostly I save this format because I like to use Jupyter notebook. So whether you are using these, download as .py Python file or .ipynb, so you can download it in any of these extensions, but mostly I prefer .ipynb in Jupyter notebook. So we will practice in this Jupyter notebook, and because it supports many languages, that's why working in Jupyter notebook is helpful for you to work. In Python, you can easily import Python's libraries very easily, and you can use them by calling their features, and you don't have to do much coding because when you use a library, there are many libraries written in Python, which we will discuss after, once we will have basic command over the coding principles of Python. Once you will have command over the basic coding principles of Python, you will be able to learn any other language. Once you will have learned this language, you will be able to learn any other language so easily. You will just have to learn its syntax. The basic concepts are almost the same in every language, but some advanced topics may be changed, and only you have to learn the syntax. Just like if you are learning German, or if you are learning English, so they both has verbs, they both have nouns, they both have pronouns and gerunds and adjectives, etc., etc. That's why in the similar way Python has those features which are also in other languages, so you will be able to understand those features. Only you will have to learn the syntax of that language. You will have the basics of the concepts which are common in every programming language once you will complete this course. So I hope that you will enjoy this course with us. And you can see over here that if I want to download this into IPYNB notebook format, so I am downloading Let us suppose that I am downloading this notebook, and you can see over there that this notebook is now downloaded. And if I want to suppose share, I want to download this as a PDF or HTML, I can also do this. So I will share the code into our group so that you can easily find it. The link of our IPYNB, I will share it to you, so you can find it over there, and you can practice it. And one more thing, that if you want to practice this keyboard shortcuts, you can use all of any of these keyboard shortcuts. You will have practice, and your hands will be familiar to Jupyter notebook when you learn these keyboard shortcuts. Very easily move around just like Excel. So these are the shortcut keys which will make your work easy. If you learn them by heart, then Jupyter notebook working will be so much easier for you. So, and there are these four modes of viewing the code. First is the code mode, second is markdown. Markdown is a language, and you use it to make comments mostly, but we will use code because we are just writing now code, and we don't want to create our comments over here. And we are creating long programs, we will create comments so that we or those who are using any of notebook feature or raw, then they can see that what we or someone else has done in this code. Because sometimes you see you create a code, write a code, and you watch it after a few months, then you will not be able to understand. If it is complex code, you will not be able to understand unless what you have done in it, unless you have written a comment above it. So this makes your life so easy. So I will share the notebook IPYNB, and I will ask you to submit the second assignment, which will be from chapter number 1 to chapter number 5. So prepare for this the assignment, which will be from today's class. Whatever I have taught in today's class, watch video and practice it again and again, and I will ask you for all about it, what is taught in this class. And I thought that I had to share the code in the class, but because none of you are watching the video, and there are certain important things which you have to listen to when you will watch the video. So that's why I'm not sharing this to group. So you can rewatch the video or watch the part which you want. And Python variables class is now close to an end. In the next class we will learn about some more important topics of Python. But before next class, be prepared about the assignment which you have to submit before the next class. I hope you would have enjoyed today's class, and in the next class we will meet again. I request you, all of you, if you have completed this video, then I request you to please subscribe to my channel if you have not already done it, and share my videos as much as you can to your friends and to your circles, your university, your schools, your college, and each and every one, so that you can help me in continuing this course, as if I will see the response of larger audience and many more audience, then I will surely continue this course. Thank you. And if you like my video, then please pass good comments, at least good comments, and sharing and liking, subscribing. These are things so that you should have done. These are not things that you will have to pay money for. These are not costly things, and you will not have to pay money. Just your appreciation will be taken as reward from my side, and I will take them as a reward from my side if I accept appreciation from your side and support from your side in growing my channel, and supporting our TRICKSY Tips Facebook group. Thank you.